Hi there. Welcome to MathBurger. This is a math help channel that I'm putting together to be able to, help students and people of all ages with mathematics. I found that a lot of the time math is something that can be considered as a sense rather than as a skill that people can or can't have. And I think that largely comes down to the teaching that people receive, and some people have different styles of learning, and it isn't always accommodated to them as they move through school. So I'm hoping that this channel will serve as a means of enhancing and honing one's abilities, and math does become a skill as you develop and practice. Repetition is super important. But before I get too much into that, who am I? My name is Daniel. Nice to meet you. As you've heard many math teachers say in the past, I am no artist, hence that little doodle off on the right looks horrendous. Um, but I am an experienced tutor. I've been tutoring for about 7 years, on and off, across all levels, from primary school to high school, and I don't want to say I've really helped out with tertiary level math, just worked in study groups really. Um, but I am a math student at university. I'm doing a Bachelor of Science majoring in mathematics at the University of Waikato in New Zealand, um, for the purposes of gaining that degree to be able to go to Teachers College and teach math at a high school level. Um, as I've been going through uni, though, I'm really enjoying some of the tertiary math that you are encouraged to take, and so I'm thinking about maybe doing something a bit more higher level than just high school math. But nevertheless, high school math is some of the most interesting and super formative stuff that really helps you branch out into all these different fields, because math is not just all about adding, multiplying, subtracting, dividing. There's so many applications and so many things it can tell you. And people would always tell me that once you're familiar with a subject to a certain degree, you see the world in a different way. And math is no exception from that. And I'm really excited to be able to share that with you. Um, how am I going to do that on this channel? In a physical sense, through a little tablet called a Remarkable. It lets me write stuff down. I've got a pen in hand, and specifically the Remarkable 2. Um, and it lets me do a bunch of cool stuff. I can write like this. I can just delete like that. I can put text down. I've got a bunch of different um, tools. I can move things around like that. So I think that tool is going to be able to help me big time in tutoring on this platform. The way that I typically tutor is by teaching theory first. So that's kind of going through all the rules, all the definitions, explaining to you how things work and why they work. And then I'm going to go through some examples. Not too many, because it's really important to be able to give you exercises where you can repeat problems, not the exact same problem, but various different problems of the same sort, to really be able to help you understand what is going on with the math at hand, and also to give you an insight as to how it works and how all these operations and variables interact with each other. So what am I going to be tutoring on this channel? It's going to be a range. I'm going to be starting from what I'm naming Level C, from a curriculum that I've kind of brainstormed beforehand. So that's going to be kind of the stuff you're doing when you're 14 years old. So that's like numeric reasoning, algebraic procedures, tables, equations, and graphs, geometric reasoning. So that's just as an example problem. Let me find my notes here. Uh, so just as an example of a fairly simple problem, that's like solving uh, 3x plus 5 equals 7, right? That's that kind of thing, just to start with. And then we're gonna go through all calculus, imaginary numbers, and so on and so forth as we move through level C. Oh, I missed I missed quite a few. So C, D, E, F. F is what I mean, because there's a bit more to it than just that. So we're going to end up at things like set theory, linear algebra, limits, and advancing calculus. Those things like the squeeze theorem and uh, eventually vector calculus and vector algebra. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going to be covering. But I'm going to be starting at level C, as I mentioned, work my way up. Why am I doing that? Because I love math. Math is awesome. Like I said, I see the world in an entirely different way, and math is without a doubt our universal language. And I'm glad that I took the leap of faith to be able to see it as kind of a sixth sense, if you will. Just like how people have a sense of rhythm or a sense of, I don't know, I can't think of another example. um, but everyone has that capability. It's just about unlocking it. And also, I also love teaching math because hearing that eureka moment from my students is the most rewarding thing that a teacher can receive, and being able to give them that insight that, hey, math isn't so bad when I see it from this perspective. So I'm really hoping that I'm able to share that with the world a bit more. I think that's my last slide. Yeah, it is. Okay. Um, yes, thank you so much for watching this mini trailer. Um, and I wish you the best of luck with your math career, if that's what you would call it. And I'm hopeful that I can be of some help in that journey. Best of luck, and most importantly, have fun, because math is fun, I promise.